Hey. We are here with William. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you, Handra?
I am great. I love your background. Where are you? What is that?
I'm in the cave of Batman right now.
That's
It's the best way to isolate totally from the population and still having a lot of cool stuff around me. This
that's
this guy up there sometimes is a bit scary, but it's okay.
are you talking about the dinosaur or the Joker?
Yeah, no, the Joker is fun. He makes me laugh all day. No, the dinosaur is a bit more scary actually.
How's Alfred? How's he doing?
He's getting old, and he's very scared about this like Corona and stuff. At his age, he needs to really like pace himself. So, but he's taking it easy. All good.
No, so you're doing the shopping for Alfred as well, right?
Yeah. Of course, I've got my. I can't even go out with my Batmobile anymore. It's in reparation, but it's okay.
How are you holding up, William? How's the situation? You moved to Romania, right?
Yeah, I'm in Romania right now, in Bucharest. Yeah, um, good. The situation is, like it's good. It's the way it is anyway. So we can't really. I guess we all roughly in the same situation, but we have the luck, or at least I have the luck, and I think many of us, to be able to work remotely, and I've done it before. I do it like most of the time anyway, and at least it's ready for us, and we can still, let's say, carry on with as normal as possible day-to-day business and numbers life, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Personal life is changing, obviously. Business is changing, not in the way we work, but more in the business itself. But yeah, we try to adapt as much as we can, I guess, like all of us.
Absolutely. I think we're very lucky to be working in the online business, all of us, because it's easier, let's say.
Yeah, it's easier. I think it still changes, and changes already happen and will happen more and more. But it's still like we are the lucky one for sure.
Oh, absolutely. So we've known each other for a while, but for the people that don't know you, introduce yourself and tell me what your company does.
Okay, so when I'm William, I am, I would say, French Portuguese now, living in half Serbia, half Romania, and traveling the world for shows and events and championing XCash brand when there's no lockdown. So the company I work for is XCash. We are a dating advertiser. So we basically monetize traffic from European countries with our own dating product. That's the few second introduction. We do a lot of business in Western Europe, like mostly France, Italy, and Spain. And we have a few other geos like in Western Europe. And yeah, we took this opportunity of the lockdown to also like work hard on our new site scheme and site optimization release, and which come up very soon, and also releasing some new geos. We're going to launch UK very soon as well.
Okay,
That's
well,
what we've been cooking.
we'll talk about that. I need more information about that in a few minutes. Tell
Okay.
me, are you guys a big team? Where's your headquarters? How does XCash work?
So we are the project. Let's say have a few different components, but most of the team it's in Serbia, in city called Novi Sad, north of Serbia, where we have about 35 people, mostly dev, and then the sales team and the marketing team. It's a bit like here and there, always been remote, and then we have some help from some of our investors and parent company in Romania and in Toronto.
Okay, that's cool. How did you get in the industry?
How did I came into? I guess I don't know. I feel like most of us, it's always the same kind of story. It's like we fell into it or something which was not supposed to, or so for me, like the story is like that. I was in the Isle of Man, a small island in the middle of the Irish Sea. Moved there because I was dating, funny enough, someone which was living there. And I had to find a job. And after working a bit in hospitality, I find someone which was looking for translation for a dating site, and understood a bit how it worked. And then very quickly, I had an opportunity to join the team, the business team, because they had someone which left the team, and started like them. Understood that it was not just social media as I was told at first, but was much more adulty. and didn't really bother me, and start to do quite a long road with those guys, and got into the industry and what we call like this life which we have of like trying to champion a brand, trying to get traffic, and traveling to really like be able to acquire more and more business about now 7 years ago, and been doing it like ever since. Moved to XCash December 2017, and been running like we say, running the show for that long now, and been growing the business for now nearly 3 years, 2.5 years.
Oh, wow, that's a long time. That's some time. That's cool. So how do you find the dating traffic? Teach me like I know nothing about it. Teach me like I'm someone new that has no idea how this works.
Well, it's I guess like all the vertical dating traffic, it's specific to like all the vertical. I got the specificity. What we really try to acquire is user which want to, in our type of business, we really in this like adult world. We try to get traffic for people which want to hook up, or people want to actually have some like sexual encounters, and quick find something interesting for them. So the traffic is there in most of the adult tube side. The traffic is there in search traffic like AdWords. The traffic is there from email traffic. It's no such a thing as a specific traffic sources. However, it's like all the vertical, the way you promote it and how you end up, like how you send the user to this first landing page, and what is the first contact between your product and the user itself.
Okay. How did COVID affect your business, if it affected in any way?
Yeah. I hear here and there that some people say affected, some people say it doesn't really affect it. Being honest, it did affect us. Very simple reason. I'm going to start with something which sounds obvious is, as I just mentioned, the people which we target are people which try to hook up, find something online, and then hook up in real and have sex or have sexual relationship. And at this level, it's very hard today to get someone to sign up to a dating site and make him kind of go out of his house and meet someone else. It's getting increasingly hard in those times because people actually are not allowed to be out in most of the country, and are also scared. And I think for a long time, even after this lockdown, people are going to be scared of what if, and going to struggle to restart a fully normal life. So really, it has changed because of let's say, the type of the beast we're running. And so far, we're also seeing that we have more and more people active on our dating site. That's true. Because people are bored, people are at home, people have nothing much more to do, but they are not the same users, which are like were here, like let's say 3 months ago, before COVID, which were people which maybe spend a bit less time on sites, but they were more engaged to actually go to the full process and becoming paying users and actually using the site for its real value, which is like meeting people, not just chit-chatting and sexting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and is it, so do you think that the traffic has increased, but the quality of it has decreased? That's what you're trying to say?
Yeah. If you summarize it, I don't think actually the traffic increased. Yes, the volume of traffic, I would say, have increased a little bit. Is not like in my side, it's not humongous like some people are claiming, but we do see an increase here and there. However, I won't say the quality is lower. It's just not the same user. It was like an article from the Match group, so Mythic and Tinder group, a week ago, saying that they're seeing really a huge increase of the free sign up on Tinder from less than 30 years old, so youngster, to kind of pass time. But the core business, like Match.com and Mythic, are seeing really a slowdown in sign up from paying user. And I guess what they're seeing as a big dating player in the world, people here and there should feel roughly the same. And that's what we're feeling, is like people are using more the site. We don't think the quality is lower. We just believe that it's not quite the same users.
Mm-hmm.
If you think of it as well, when a user comes to our website and is home alone, or he has some time for himself, if he's like a married person, for example, it's very hard today to go on a site when you're at home with your wife or your kids. If you have if you want a bit of moment alone and you have kids around, all these things kind of play. And on top of that is also like one thing which we noticed, which I wouldn't have said, is something which didn't affect us yet, but we heard some other people which were affected, is the fact that people have got more time, but because they are constrained to some new life, they just spend the time really differently, because there are other prerogative to do than to just be online doing what they're supposed to be doing before.
How did COVID affect your personal life? Because like we know we would travel all over the world. We don't spend that much time. How did it affect you?
Like you, I guess, or like all the people we're thinking of right now. Yes, of course, he affected us, and I think it was for me a long time. I didn't spend more than like a few weeks or 3 weeks in the same country, and now it's been like 6-7 weeks. Yeah, it's long, but actually, he makes time to do some things which we forgot to do, or we didn't do before, or we didn't really have time, even if we should find the time. So it's kind of a balance. And for me, it changed a lot in the way I live day to day. But I don't think the missing part is only the travel. Is really like I realized that something I now have time to do, I should have taken time to do before.
Okay, like what? Do you have new skills, new hobbies, new stuff that you're doing?
It's more like the way I look at so work, and what we do on a daily basis, and the fact that everything can really change very quickly, and to be aware on the personal life that even if we have a very very busy and connected life, we should all be aware of what's happening outside, because even some outside factor which we often think in our online life doesn't really affect us, well, we realize with the present events that it can affect us a lot. So being much more aware of what's happening in the world, being much more aware of things, it's something I've been doing for the past few weeks, I would say.
That's cool. I mean, being more
And
connected.
then I will start cooking, which I love cooking. So I will start cooking a bit, which is something I love to do. And I found a bit more, let's say, time to do so.
That's great. You've moved to Romania for how long now? How long have you been in Romania for?
But I won't say I live here. I
Okay.
just like, it was very convenient for me to be here during the lockdown. But I don't live, I live a bit when the normal life, when we start, we don't know when. I kind of, I guess, like you and like many of us, I spend a lot of time in Serbia because of the office and because I like actually Serbia. And I spend time in Romania as well for both work and personal reasons.
Learned any Romanian cooking recipes?
My girlfriend do amazing sarmale,
Okay.
but I haven't done it yet. No, I didn't learn any Romanian cooking yet. I kind of focus on my French/Portuguese cooking for now.
Oh, that's awesome. Like your girlfriend being Dana, which we love and adore and say hi to. Um,
Hello.
hello, hello. You were showing me before we started the recording something interesting that you have on your desk. Can you show me again what you have
Oh
on
yeah,
your desk?
here's this guy. Damn it.
Okay.
That's Booksy. Hello.
What does that do? What is it? What's the story behind it?
It's just like he stare at me from the desk, and when you need something to, I I often like this perfect world with like love and cuddle, and he just looks at you and you can just cuddle him. So when you're a bit down, or when you look at the last numbers of Corona, or some stuff which you don't really like, he kind of help you. And Dana always say he's the king of ravers. So that's why he's got these big eyes and always like fun and colorful.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I mean, I think we all should have a little thing that, takes us away from this whole reality that's so scary with the numbers and everything. You were beginning to tell me a bit about what's cooking, talking about cooking, what's cooking in the company, like what's new, what are you guys up to?
Yeah, as I briefly mentioned, I guess I went a bit too fast, but we releasing a new let's say skin for our website and some new flows, some different monetization engine to be able to test and convert better users and bring our lifetime value up to be able to pay out more the affiliates. And we also are launching some new countries. So we are launching UK very, very soon. I hope within the next 30 days, the UK will be launching our platform, and I would be hustling all these people listening to this video to get some UK traffic.
Go and get some UK traffic.
Exactly. So yeah.
No, okay. So who are you looking for? Who should come to you for what kind of business, and who are you looking to find when you're going to shows and you're looking for business?
So we have a team who is XCash in the sales department. So we always looking for affiliates. Obviously, everybody looks for affiliates. What is an affiliate for me? An affiliate for me is really like someone which can bring users to our dating site pretty easy. The payout model really we're very flexible. So it depends what the people want and what we can make work between both of us. But then apart from that, we're also looking more and more for cooperation with like other dating companies to monetize each other, like user which we're not converting, or to try and complement each other on some geos that we might have, which people do not have. We work closely as well with bidding companies. So we're always looking for new acquirers. We're always looking for new bidding companies. And we love to find people which work on API. So we do a lot of API traffic, and we love people which can work on API. So that's basically, it's quite broad, but we do many different things. So we have many different angles, and the traffic is one thing, but we also look for other way of cooperation with people.
What are the geos that you guys have?
So currently we have Austria, we have Switzerland, we have the Nordics, so Norway, Finland, Denmark, Sweden, and then we have France, Italy, and Spain. And so we're adding the UK within the next 30 days, and hopefully some more before the end of the year.
Okay, it sounds really well. It sounds really good.
Things are going well. It's again like I think we should all be proud and happy to sustain business and to even grow business during those hard times and to battle it all together. So absolutely. I'm sure some business opportunity going to come out of this crisis, as hard as it's going to be. And if it's anything which I'm here and I can brainstorm with any of you, any of your listener, I'm happy to talk about any things I see honestly and see if we can find solution to help each other to get out of that stronger.
Absolutely. What are your expectations from Bucharest Summit?
So for me, the main, I would say the main expectation for me is really to for a long time we had cam company which were hustling dating company for traffic, and it's something which is now in the MERS. Let's say it's normal. We have this synergy that the dating traffic works well on cam, but it's something which for a long time I try to do, and it's hard to change mentality, but is to find both cam company and also independent models and try to show them that they can also, like this OnlyFans or other like platform which are growing, and we all see them seems to be growing, and we see more and more people and models on their social media promoting those type of platform. We believe in dating with like a few dating advertisers that when the model is not online, or when the cam company don't have certain models online, it's very hard to monetize a certain audience if you don't have the model online, obviously. If it's no webcam show, the model cannot do anything with this user on the webcam platform. So if during those time where she's busy something else, and then most of them have their own platform, such as, but they could also try and send some of the traffic of this micro influencer to dating product, to actually find a new way for them to monetize their traffic and to make money with this type of traffic when they're not recording, when they're not performing.
So basically,
that's something I'm trying.
Models becoming affiliates.
Yeah, directly through the model, or through the studios, or through the webcam companies. It's a new way for them when they're offline, so not in front of the camera, to generate revenue for all the skateboarders.
Okay, tell me how you would teach a model how to generate her own, basically how to become an affiliate. What does she have to do? What are the steps?
Well, it's something which we can help all the way through, but the easy step is to sign up to our affiliate platform, and then we will generate, like we already work with some model, we generate like often some like shortened link, and to just say something like, if you want to meet girls like me, you can go to this site, or when I'm not online right now, but I know some of my friends are like having fun in this site. So this type of things, this type of advertising, showing that we don't want to mislead too much users saying, hey, meet me there, because we don't want the model to like kind of be approached too upfrontly by her core user saying that, hey, I know you're dating now, can you date me? That's not what we want. We don't want any problem with the models. And we don't want her to lie to audience saying like, I'm there. However, if she said like people like me or girls like me, this type of stuff doesn't impact at all badly her audience and the core revenue, but also going to bring some of her user or some different audiences to actually subscribe to certain services, which will generate money for her.
Okay, that sounds good. This is basically passive revenue because you're not on cam. You're not,
yes.
You're out of the cam, you're at home, and you just put the link, send it and say, hey, you might need someone like me if I'm not there. So just, that's passive revenue, girls and boys.
Exactly. And we tested it before, and really it is some stuff which is to say, is some stuff which cannot be said. So what we don't want is jeopardize a main revenue, or the main cam studio revenue, or the main model revenue. So we already went through this process, and we already have some tips and tricks of what is to be said, what is not to be said, to help everybody to make money.
Okay, this sounds really good. And for cam studios as well, I'm guessing, right? So they can.
Correct.
Okay. Cam studios, listen up. Independent models, listen up.
It's for everybody the same, and it just need to be understand as we're not taking anything away from you. We're just trying to generate some extra revenue. We all know that people which like a model, or like a micro influencer, the way we would like to call, they're really attached to this persona, and they will actually follow the instruction of this persona. So a new way to monetize this traffic will be not impacting the core revenue, but helping to grow other revenue stream.
Mm-hmm. This sounds really good. This sounds actually really amazing for the performers to know more and to increase their earnings. What do you think we should all learn from this pandemic, this lockdown, this thing that we're going through right now, if we can learn anything from it?
It's honestly, I don't know. It's I think everybody gonna take some different gonna take out something different from it. I hope everybody will take out something from it. Now, saying what it is, I really don't know. I still myself questioning what really I have learned from it. It's a very unpredictable and unseen time, and because nobody could ever plan it or understand it, we still, before taking some conclusion, I guess, we still need to process it, and I'm not sure, I haven't processed it yet. I still don't realize everything is happening, and I still cannot understand what's going to be the economical, social, and life repercussion of this crisis. I'm not good enough to understand what's going to be the impact overall. It's a very scary time, both business-wise, but also personally, and personally just for me. But I'm thinking of people in general. Some of the people, and I think a lot of people, going to be really, really badly impacted by that, and it's going to be very hard for them. And that's I don't know if I'm actually not able to understand the impact, or I'm kind of lying to myself to not fully see the picture, because some pictures are very scary of what I'm saying and what I'm seeing and imagining.
That's true. That's true. Well, hopefully, I mean, keeping a positive mind and keeping away from everything, like not going through all what media says, might help us a bit, because it's just mixed information everywhere, and you just end up going crazy after this.
Yes. Making your own information is always the best.
And listen to the scientists, that don't listen to the old man on Google, on Facebook, that has an idea about what's happening.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Thank you so much, Willie, for taking your time to talk to us. And
not at all. It's not like I had anything else to do. I was not out. I was we all stuck in, so our only thing is working and being in front of the computer. But it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time and for sharing. Do you want to do a shout out to someone? Do you miss anyone?
No, I miss the show. It's not a person. It's not a thing. I miss the show.
The shows.
So shout out to all of us. And one day, I cannot say when, but one day we'll all be reunited again and see each other again.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a big hug, a big group.
It's gonna be It's gonna be a time full of amaze and friendness and love.
Should we expect a lot of champagne from Florin?
I don't know. I saw you had him on the thing before. I guess you asked him. Maybe we should actually write something for him. I'm gonna try to stay off of it for now. My keto took a big hit during this lockdown, so champagne and sugar is not good. So I'm gonna stay off it for a while at least.
Okay. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Willie, and have an absolutely awesome day. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Thanks, guys.